fans that wanted to trade for Felipe Vasquez. Look, since July 31st, Felipe Vasquez, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no walks, 5 Ks, but has really just been hanging out in that bullpen. So it looks like this front office knows how to gauge talent. We've seen that with so many different examples this year. But yeah, and also star of the game. Who do you guys got as your player of the game? I think I'm going to go with, I know that Will Smith had his first multi-home run game. Justin Turner, 13. They had their 13th back-to-back home runs this year. 13th time the Dodgers have gone back-to-back in this one. I'm going to go with Dustin May. You got to get that first win. You got to start somewhere, and he's never going to forget tonight. I mean, Will Smith at this point, this is just what he does. I don't want to say we're used to this at this point, but I don't think any of us were that surprised. That swing, so effortless, so compact, and just so much poise at the plate. And Will Smith, he gets 2 home runs tonight, 8 for the year. I love the fact 16 of his 22 hits, extra base hits, 24 RBIs in 23 games, 8 of 11 with runners in scoring, run in scoring position. So, I mean, he just absolutely blistering hot for your Los Angeles Dodgers. Smash that heart, bud, for Will Smith. How much you guys love Big Willie style out there doing it in South Beach. But here we go. Michael Smith. We got Russell. Yankees playing Baltimore so much. Easy wins for them. Exactly. I mean, they're just stomping on them. And look, it's the Baltimore Orioles. They're getting their wins up. And that's why the Dodgers, there really is no they really don't have any of those games where they can just take off. The Dodgers need every single win because I'm telling you it's going to be important. But I'm going to run off more of your comments, and then we'll break down this game, get into some topics in just a second here. We got Cindy, let's go Dodgers. Tam Smith from the 209. Stephanie R. Ward, ditto. El Carreza, don't let the offensive explosion make you forget. Yes, exactly. Awesome start. Exactly. It does not. We will not lose sight of Dustin May's start. There's no question about that. Dustin May, Dustin Mania, if you will. I think it's going to be a thing. Tony, Will Smith is a beast. Ken Dotson, Martin is just fun. Exactly. I just love seeing him out there. I mean, I love Joe Davis too, pointing out the lowest ERA for a number 55 in Dodgers history, throwing a little friendly jab at his booth mate there. But we got Horacio, big hose from 951 Riverside. Lil Gomez, seeing Caleb make that double was pretty cool. Exactly. Caleb Ferguson out there like a boss, just cranking that double. They probably could have scored on that, to be honest with you. But Guadalupe Lopez, Martin, we got, exactly. Tim Dodgers, Charles Hamill, 80 wins. Janae Juno, the IE, the 909. We got Smelly, Pulpit, 209. I'll take it, thanks. Tammy Smith, what are the pros and cons of clinching early? I mean, if you look at it, I'll tell you what the pros and cons of that are. The 1998 Yankees, they clinched on August 29th, and it did not hurt that team. So I don't want to hear any of this. You're probably going to hear guys, they could get complacent. It could be like 2017 where they could lose 8 of 9 games at home. It could be where they could drop 16 of 17. But bottom line, is this team, I want to see him clinch against Arizona before September and party in that pool because of Archie Bradley's antics. But I think that really, I don't think they might clinch the NL West, but that does not mean they're going to clinch. They will not clinch the home field advantage throughout the World Series. I think that this team has its eyes on the prize, and they understand the importance and the significance of having games 1 and 2 at Dodger Stadium and potentially games 6 and 7. So if you look at it, the end of August into September, that Dodger team in 2017, they lost 8 of 9. But I think also the Dodgers, they're chasing that home record. I think they're chasing that home record. And for them to beat, by the way, the Brooklyn team won 60 wins in 1953. 1889's Brooklyn squad won 61 games. And if they finish 13-4 in their final 17, the Dodgers could make Dodger Stadium history. So you know they love to rake it, the ravine. You know that pitching staff at home. You know you probably got about 6 more starts from Hyun-Jin Ryu. So I don't really see it as a negative for the Dodgers to really clinch early, because I don't see there be any games as house money games. I really don't see it. I see the young guys competing for roster spots in the postseason. I see guys competing for postseason accolades. Cody Bellinger tonight, he ties Christian Yelich with his 39th home run of the year, and he really needed it. Cody Bellinger, last 30 games hitting 238, last 7, 167. Bellinger hitting 253 after the All-Star break. So for him to catch up to Christian Yelich and get that to get that MVP trophy, look for tonight to be a game where he starts turning around. But here we go. Back to you guys. Get those takes in. How do you feel about your Dodgers? Any blistering hot takes? You know I'm going to read them off live here on the post-game show. We got Tony Lancaster in the house. What up, 661 Tony? Eddie, great win. Cesar Anthony Ramirez. Got to give a shout to Cesar. He's always rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Robert should have let May finish the 6th and built his confidence. I really don't think Dustin May is the guy you have to worry about when it comes to confidence, because the guy, 5 2/3 innings, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, and really he just has to command that fastball. Once he starts to harness that and just gets command on every pitch, then you're going to see a guy that's going to go 6 innings with ease. He had, I think, about 90 pitches in tonight's game. And really, hey, you throw Joe Kelly out there, you throw the guys that you know are going to be in high-leverage situations, and to me, I think that's what this team is doing. I know you might have probably thrown out someone else in that situation, maybe a Yimi Garcia or Ferguson, but really Joe Kelly is the guy that we're going to count on. And really, I think Dave Roberts said, hey, I want to get Dustin May this win. At that point, it was not the runaway that it became, so I really have no issue with that. Joe Kelly, he's been absolutely sensational since June 1st. Joe Kelly, since June 1st, is at a 1.66 ERA. So 1.66 ERA, no runs in 6 appearances now in August. So really, he's reminiscent of that Joe Kelly that we've seen, and we need him to be that lockdown guy. But back to you guys. Get these takes in here. Tim Rabar Barnes is RIP. Elcor has a nice shirt. I got the hoodie in navy blue. I didn't even know they have this hoodie in navy blue, because if it is, I think I might need to cop that. But that's just a little reminder here. Go to DodgersNation.com. Not only the best Dodgers content on the web, but you got to merch up. Get your merch right. This is one of my favorite ones. Of course, the legendary Jackie Roosevelt Robinson, my favorite player of all time. I got the Brooklyn hat backwards here, but a lot of new stuff. By the way, celebrate Will Smith's first multi-home run game and gear up with that Will Smith shirt. I know that one's hot. Get it while we still have some sizes, because that one, super hot. But here we go. We got Carlos. We would have been at 81st. It wasn't for Jansen. Look, Kenley Jansen, 5 blown saves of the year. Kenley Jansen is a guy that, look, he looked better in his second night. He's a guy that I don't trust on a night in and night out basis. But Kenley Jansen is a guy that, even if you don't trust Kenley Jansen, you want the Dodgers to find a way to get the best and the most out of Kenley Jansen. Because, look, Mariano Rivera, he's the number 1 all time. But other than Mariano Rivera and Brad Lidge, Kenley Jansen is 3rd all time in postseason saves with 16. Kenley Jansen is a guy that the Dodgers, I don't think, should just hand him the ball just automatically when it comes to high leverage situations. But like Dave Roberts said, they're going to try to put him in spots where he knows he can be effective. And look, you're kidding yourselves if you don't think that Kenley Jansen can't still get guys out. And I know that you have nightmares of Marwin Gonzalez's home run. And last year he gave up some bombs. And really, that's the question. But Kenley Jansen, I think that as long as they don't put him in back-to-backs and he starts to get his confidence back. But you're right, though. I mean, there was a lot. I mean, you could put a lot of blame on some guys. When it comes to not getting to 81st. But I still think the Dodgers finished this season with the best record, on pace to win 106 games. That would be the most in Dodger history. So this team is still playing at a historic pace and winning at a historic pace, and they need it because they need home field advantage in the postseason. We got Adam checking in from Medford, Oregon. Let's go Dodgers. Russell Westfall, home field advantage important. Home field advantage important for the World Series. Now, great question. I think that home field advantage is paramount. I think that it is is majorly. It is absolutely essential. Not essential. The Dodgers don't need it to win, but the bottom line is home field advantage increases your odds of winning the World Series. Now, the exact number of that, home teams have enjoyed the most success in Game 1 of the World Series. They've gone 59-34 since 1925. So that's a 63% winning percentage. So it tells you if you do get home field advantage, and not only that, you get home field advantage with this Dodger team that's playing their best at home, and you throw out Hyun-Jin Ryu that if you look at Hyun-Jin Ryu at home, if you look at him, this guy is absolutely balling at home. He's 9-0 with a .81 ERA. So .81 ERA, and I think it's very important. How do you guys feel? Do you think that it's very important for the Dodgers, especially play the Astros, because that's a goofy stadium. That's a goofy stadium. We saw what Alex Wood, he had a good outing there. But we saw it's a goofy stadium. We saw in that game, the 13-12 game, and I don't want to rely on having to steal a game in our opponent's territory. I'd rather make sure that we have the friendly confines and the comfort of Dodger Stadium to get it done. And to me, no question, it is absolutely important. If you look at the Dodgers, 48-16 at home, so I do think it is. Here we go, Tim Rivera, we don't need Real Muto. Mike Stevens, Smith is fired. Tim Rivera, we need to call up Lux. Joseph Megazzeni from NoHo. What up, Joseph Megazzeni? VIP member of the show. Ken Dodson, Ferguson with a double. Are you kidding me? I know, right? Ferguson gets that double. Almost feels like you could just walk out there and get a dinger yourself or something like that. But we got Mike Stevens belly for MVP. Cody Bellinger for MVP. I still think, look, tonight was big. 39th home run of the year for Cody Bellinger. It was a bomb. I think it was 419 feet for Belly, so it was a nice belly bomb for Bopper. By the way, I feel like we need to start calling him Bopper more. That's what the locker room calls it. Chris Taylor wished Bopper a happy birthday. I feel like I just kind of want to call him more often. But when it comes to Yelich versus Bellinger, Bellinger leads in defensive runs saved. This guy outfield assists. This guy is a guy who makes such an impact in right field or wherever you put him, first base. You saw what he did, that over the back throw catch against the Phillies. I mean, this guy can make an impact on offense and defense. But really about Bellinger, it's about finishing strong and really just starting to consistently rake like he was early in the year. Before the All-Star break, Cody Bellinger was hitting .336 with 30 home runs, and he was OPSing .1124 since the All-Star break, hitting .253, 9 home runs, OPSing .921. So Cody Bellinger, I think that, look, the Dodgers' record, the Dodgers' success will be a factor. And then also, he's going to be breaking Dodger records. He's probably going to break Sean Green's record of 49 home runs. He tied his record for home runs for a single season with 39 today. So I still think Bellinger, at the end of the day, will make a strong case. And really, depending on how the last couple months play out, and that's what I was saying. I don't think they should have any house money games for the Dodgers. I think it's very important for Cody Bellinger. Look what happened with Matt Kemp. We thought that when Braun won it, hey, Matt Kemp, he'll get his MVP. No, but he never did. So if you get close, I don't know about you guys. How do you guys feel about awards? I mean, are you guys into them? Do you think they're prestigious? I still think they're pretty cool. I think it'd be cool for Hyun-Jin Ryu to get the Dodgers' 13th Cy Young, but with all the pitching tradition. But here we go. Tom, Russell Martin, the next Eric Gagne. I've always said Russell Martin is the best Canadian pitcher in Dodger history other than Eric Gagne. But Miguel Guerra, let's go Dodgers from Houston, Texas. H-Town in the mix. Mike Stevens, belly for MVP. David Snook, congrats Dodgers in the hunt for that World Series for 2019. Sophie Tepp, Dodgers not getting the respect they deserve. They got the Astros taking it, but the biggest upset, the Astros losing to the Orioles. Look, I mean, The Astros are going to get a lot of publicity. They've been media darlings. A lot of people like Bregman. They like Altuve. They like Correa. Springer. We're out here in the West Coast, and all we're doing is getting our 7th straight division title. And look, if you want it to be us against the world, us against the American League, I have no problem with that. If that's something that will galvanize this team even further, then so be it. But I truly see the focus with this team. You just feel a tunnel vision with this team. And they've embraced the rookies. You've got seasoned veterans that are combined with just youthful exuberance. I just feel like this is a really special team for 80 wins for your Dodgers. Tim Rivera, shout out to you, bro. What up, Tim? Janae Gino, welcome to Miami. Will Smith. Aaron Adams, Gavin Lux coming up next year at second base, right? Absolutely. Gavin Lux is just ridiculous. I mean, he has just rapidly a meteoric rise for Gavin Lux. And if you look at Gavin Lux, he's OPSing 1335, hitting 441 in AAA. Last time I checked yesterday. So Gavin Lux is the guy you're going to see at second. Who knows what you'll see out of him? Dave Roberts commented that they could bring him up, be with that when the rosters extend, just to observe, just to see. But you'd never know if Gavin Lux gets his opportunity. And what would you expect? The farm system has been the golden goose that keeps giving. Dustin May, Will Smith, guys, Matt Beatty. We didn't even talk about Matt Beatty. A triple and a home run for Matt Beatty. My man just rakes. Also, I'll definitely go on YouTube. Go to YouTube, Dodgers Nation, YouTube.com/Dodgers Nation TV. Check out the Truly Wed game. They had a really cool thing with Matt Beatty and his wife. They did a little game show thing with the Blue Heaven podcast. So you got to check that out. We got Tina. Hello. Tina G-Man, David Dunn. Well. What are our own hater fans going to say now? What are we going to complain about tonight? Oceanside, California. I love it, David Dunn. We nitpick when we really break something down. It's just that, look, Dodgers Nation, clearly tonight was an example that Will Smith was the guy, that Austin Barnes wasn't. It was clearly we were clearly on something when we're talking about the bullpen, but I'm with you. It's tough. It almost feels like we're spoiled to really try to criticize a team that has 80 wins, and it's August 12th. So here we go. SD Dodgers, Chargers polo. Oh, you're rocking your Chargers polo. I see you did not ditch the Bolts when they came to LA. So you're a Chargers fan. We learned that. SD Dodger, by the way, you got to follow him on Twitter. Tim Rogers. This is the minor league guru correspondent for Dodgers Nation. Lots of great work. Read his stuff. But Ken Dotz, looking at Manley's face with prices, I agree with you. Dwight Miller, want the best record in all of baseball for home field during the playoffs and World Series. We got Tim Rivera. Offense is now clicking. The offense in the All-Star break, since the All-Star break, they're averaging 6 runs per game. So, yes, the offense is starting to click, and you're starting to see that. And really, how about some love for A.J. Pollock? A.J. Pollock, 3 for 3, a doubles machine tonight. And you look at him since in August, 9 of 18 with 5 extra base hits. So he's a guy, 6 of his 8 home runs have come after the break. So that's a big-time development for the Dodgers, who really are going to need him. We need his power from the right side, but you're going to need that. How about him? Michael Margano, we beat a double-A team tonight. So you didn't even give him that third A. You didn't even give them the 4A team, triple A and a half. You gave them a double-A status. But early in the year, they weren't too bad, but they've been really struggling of late. And how about Yamamoto, man? This guy, Yamamoto, he had an ERA of 1.5 when the Dodgers faced him back in July. And then since, he's up around 4. He was 4-0 at that point, and now he has an ERA of 8.55. So really, the Dodgers, they almost broke him like they broke the Rockies season. So really, you look at him, bottom of the first. Let's get back to your takes, actually. We'll break down this game in a second here. But like I said, mash that heart button. Don't forget to retweet and share the show so you can get your comments read. All that good stuff here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. SD Dodgers, they need to limit his innings a bit at some point. Kershaw, Buehler, and Ryu. I agree with you. If you look at Hyun-Jin Ryu, he's probably got about 6 starts left. And this is a guy that you're looking at a guy who, look, Tommy John surgery is one thing, but you're talking about a shoulder injury with a labrum. So this is a guy that, if you look at Hyun-Jin Ryu, back in 2013, 192 innings pitched. 2014, 152 innings pitched. Last year, regular season plus playoffs, he was over 100. But Hyun-Jin Ryu is a guy that already is up to 142.2 innings. And like I said, that's when you're probably going to see guys like Gonsolin get another crack at a start. You're going to see them continue to build up Dustin May. We'll see what happens to Ross Stripling when he's back. But I'm with you. They definitely need to conserve guys, keep them fresh, Because, look, guys like Clayton Kershaw's been really outstanding of late. And Clayton Kershaw is a guy that, like, if you look at Clayton Kershaw, he's got his ERA down to 2.77. He's up to 130 innings, 131 strikes to 28 walks. Opponents are hitting 224 against him. And Clayton Kershaw, you see how they gave him an extra day of rest today. And I think that is going to be something that the Dodgers is going to be very calculated in the way they're going to use their pitching down the stretch. Hyun-Jin Ryu, though, he's a guy that, if you look at him, he's a guy that, like yesterday, that changeup yesterday for Hyun-Jin Ryu, you had soft contact. You had a guy that was just really outstanding. He improved his record at 12-2 with a 1.45 ERA. You take out that game at Coors, he's sitting about 1.04. So that would be the lowest single season ERA in June. So this guy is absolutely ridiculous. If you look at him in day games, look at him at homes, 2 earned runs or fewer in 21 of the last 22 starts for Hyun-Jin Ryu. Is he your Cy Young winner? I know Max Scherzer, sometimes you get that reputation nod, but I think that, but here we go. We got Leo, you give it an A-. That's for Dustin May. Ryan Kwan, Carrot Top has yet to face a dominating team in a division. Hey, look, St. Louis was no slouch, and I believe he held them to 1 run. So we got Tina G-Man, younger, productive, on a rookie contract. Exactly. That's kind of part of the deal here. You want to take advantage of those guys. They get closer and closer to arbitration, closer and closer to free agency. But little Donnie's face was priceless. Little Gomez, crazy. 3rd time is a charm. Absolutely. Everything's better in 3s. Tim Rivera, move Jansen down to setup man and put the goose to close. Oh, wow. I think Gonsolin is a guy that you want for that extended relief. A Josh Hader type. A Josh Hader type, they come in, get you 3+. That's the thing about this bullpen, why I think it's so potentially special, is they have guys that aren't just specialists. You got Urias, you got May, you got Gonsolin, guys that give you extended relief. Kenta Maeda, Rich Hill's going to be thrown in there. Lefties, righty specialists. Kolarek, he's now apparently a position player now, but you got guys out there. We haven't talked about Sadler, but I think with Gonsolin, I'd rather put him in that 3 inning stretch. But hey, I want to see what his velocity looks like coming out there. Combine that with that splitter. But we got Andrew Avila. Who's this May kid? I like it. He's got to make a name for yourself for Andrew Avila. Ryan Orion Montez. By the way, what's up? Oh, what up, Ryan? How you doing, my man? Adolfo DaCosta just watched the game at the delivery room, and my boy watched his first Dodger game. Adolfo the third, go blue. Guys, if you're not showing Adolfo some love in the comments, I don't know what you're doing. We just had a newborn baby. We're here on the Dodgers Nation postgame show. A Dodgers Nation postgame show first. I love you. You're never going to forget this one. That's what I'm talking about. Tim Rabara. Player of the game, Cody always. You love Cody Bellinger. I'm feeling it. JCC Carter. Love the show, Doug. Never miss an episode. Do we need home field advantage? Do we need home field advantage to win the World Series? Kind of talked about that earlier, but I'm with you on that. I think that it's not only important that they get home field advantage. Like I told you, if you look at the playoffs versus other sports, if you take into account the NBA, the NFL, the Major League Baseball has less of a bump when it comes to that division round, that championship league round. But when it comes to the World Series, if you look at that way, it really does have an advantage. It's a 54%. It's above 50%. And if you look at it, teams that win Game 1 of the World Series since 1969, home teams have won 60% of their games. So since 1969, since the modern era of Major League Baseball, teams have won 60% of their World Series games, but only 52% of their division games. So it tells you that when it comes to the World Series, it is a major factor, and also it's going to allow. Let's say we didn't have the Astros, we didn't have the Yankees on our heels, or the Astros. Look, if we didn't have that, then maybe it could get complacent for the Dodgers. But now they also have more to play for. But here we go. Charles Hamill. Dustin May's performance great tonight. I would give it an A-. I think he has punched his ticket to the postseason if he can keep it up. I like that. A lot of A-. He's got to earn that A. But I think it's all relative. You put it into perspective. Yes, I gave you the numbers on the Marlins offense. You're not really going against the Dodgers or the Astros per se, but you just keep going with it. and you look at it, and look, Friday and Saturday, August 23rd to the 25th, that's when you're going to get real tests when the New York Yankees come to the Ravine. So he's going to get it. But here we go. Ray Barsimian. What up, Ray? Hey, Doug. What's up? Dodgers going all the way, baby. Sweet victory tonight. What's up, Ray? Always rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Doug Crosby, May player of the game. Too many offensive options. LOL. I like it. The Dodgers made it too hard for you to pick a player tonight. I really think Will Smith. Back-to-back home runs. How about Justin Turner? How about Ginger Jesus getting really back into the mix, really starting to slug? If you look at him, Justin Turner, he's really, really starting to, tonight you look at him, 10 home runs in the last 29 games for Justin Turner, 9 home runs in his first 81 games. So Justin Turner, if you saw the stat, if you're watching the game, yes, 15 hits for the Dodgers. No errors again. By the way, that's a great sign. But Justin Turner, you're looking at the Dodgers are 38-10 when Justin Turner scores a run, 27-5 when he drives in a run, and now 14-3 when he homers. So he's a very important part of this offense. He's really essential to their success as a team, and really you just need Justin Turner, especially when the postseason comes around. This guy, like Joe Davis said, he falls out of bed and he's ready to hit. He's just he's a hitter's hitter, just a guy that knows what he's doing out there, and it looks like he's really rounding into form. And really, historically, we shouldn't have worried about him because this is what he does after the break, after the All-Star break. That's when he starts playing his best baseball. But here we go, back to you guys. We got Tina G-Man, congratulations. PYKS YouTube gang, Phoenix, Arizona. Lil Gomez, congrats. I feel it's all for our newborn baby. We got a newborn boy in blue, a baby boy in blue out there. I love it. We got Charles Hamble, Dustin May, player of the game. Tim Rivera asked the fans who's the fourth pitcher. All right, I love it. How about that? This is from Tim Rivera. I think I kind of did, to be honest with you, but our fourth unofficial. But I think you don't necessarily have to have one, but it's going to come down to really health, and it's going to come down to what guys show us in this stretch run. Dustin May, do they think he's more of a viable option? I think really it's going to be impossible to build up Rich Hill as a starter at this point. I don't think that Ross Stripling is a guy they want to throw out there. I think Dustin May is really starting to look like that guy potentially, and then that's the game that you save an Urias for, or a Gonsolin, or a guy that can give you extended relief, a Kenta Maeda. So here we go. We got Tim Rivera, and if we need to move Jansen out, Mindy Blair, Adolfo de Casas, congratulations. I love that, Adolfo. Carlos Borges, Doug, your mojo is making the Dodgers season epic. I love it. It's all you guys. You guys out there, Dodgers Nation, repping hard all season long. I think you're going to get the payoff. But also give it to Corey Seager. Corey Seager, A.J. Pollock are starting to heat up, and Corey Seager had his fifth. That home run was his fifth hardest hit ball of the year. Last 15 heading in tonight, he was hitting 191. But Corey Seager is a guy. A.J. Pollock is a guy. Look, this is the ebbs and flows of a Major League Baseball season, and tonight was just an offensive fireworks show, just an explosion tonight. 15 runs for your Los Angeles Dodgers. Only one single. I can't believe Negron. What's your problem, man? You got to run that out. J.J. Pearl, love all the wins. 2-1-3. Nice to get the lead, tying homer by Cody, but I'd like to see Bellinger get back to hitting into a hitting groove after this kind of slump he's been in. I feel like he's been trying to only hit dingers recently. What about you? I don't necessarily think that, because if you saw the other day, he's still going opposite field. And really Cody Bellinger is a guy that, yes, look, don't kid yourself. Cody Bellinger is a slugger, but he's also a guy that knows how to wait for pitches in the zone. He's not swinging at stuff outside of the zone. And I think really just a matter of, like you said, getting in a groove, kind of taking what they're giving him, not always going for the home run ball, not always going for the fences. But you really don't see that with him. Every single at-bat is just, hey, when you got that kind of power and you got that swing that Cody Bellinger has, it almost always appears like he's swinging for the fences. But I really think that it still looks like he's always still looking for solid contact. But look, the numbers will tell you that since, I think I told you earlier, since the All-Star break, he's hitting .253. Cody Bellinger OPSing .921 with 9 home runs. But here we go. Jerry Godshogs. I would rather face the Yankees in the World Series. Hey, you and me both. You and me both. I would much rather face the Pinstripes. Dodgers, Yankees, 11 times in franchise history. Dodgers 3-7 all time against the Yankees in the World Series. Michael Belton cheers. Ray Barsimeon with Will Smith. Where there is a will, there's a way for the Dodgers, and it leads all the way to the World Series. Got to stick with my 2019 World Series prediction that I made before the season. Dodgers over the Astros in 7. I have a feeling I'm going to be right. I have a feeling, Ray Barsimeon, if you are right, you're going to make a lot of us here and Dodgers Nation happy people, and you're going to make me one of the happiest guys in the world, but not as happy as our boy Adolfo tonight, who welcomed a new baby boy here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. I love it. Mindy Blair, go Dodgers. Let's get it this year. Joseph Magazzini stealing my nicknames. I love it. Jermaine Armanta, our prospects are shining bright out there. Richard Cotter, hello from Calgary. What up, my man, from Calgary? I like it. Calgary Flames, and the Dodgers were just on fire tonight against the Miami Marlins. Tim Ribera, what are we doing about Jansen? Really, Dave Roberts said, with Kenley Jansen, it's really about trying to like I said, he said that he's trying to implement his legs more in his release. But Kenley Jansen, I think that for starters, you just have to understand you're not going to get 2016 to 2017 Kenley Jansen. Back then, 136 innings pitched, 213 Ks, 18 walks. And 2017, he had a 1.32 ERA. So, look, this year, he's got his postseason woes. You saw that home run to Marwin Gonzalez. You saw that home run to Pierce in Game 4, if you remember that. That was to tie it, and then Bradley hit that Game 3. So my whole thing with Kenley Jansen, and my biggest fear with Kenley Jansen, is even when he was peak Kenley Jansen, or so we thought, he was still giving up home runs. And really, you saw that it's really about developing another pitch that he has more confidence in. If you look at his cutter, he's basically throwing his cutter 90% of the time. This year, that's at historic lows. I mean, he's implementing that breaking ball, that slider more, and that's going to be really that's going to be high on the list as far as priorities goes for the Dodgers and Rick Honeycutt to get the most out of Kenley Jansen. I know he's an easy target. It's always easy to jump on someone who blows saves, right? 5 blown saves of the year, that's the same amount as Aroldis Chapman. So there's other guys that are struggling in that department. But look, I'm telling you, he would put the fear of God in me out there if it's a 1-0 game, a 2-1 game, and you throw Kenley Jansen out there, and he leaves it high, middle, over the plate. His cutter's not cutting. Guys are going to tattoo that, and it's going to be over the fence. So I think it's important for Dodger fans to not want to berate Kenley Jansen and try to tear him down. It's to try to get the best version of him come October, and that's the focus of this Dodger staff and this Dodger coaching. But here we go. We got Sandra. Hello from the 915. What up, Sandra? Tim Rabara. We would have been here at 80 if not for the blown saves. El Carreza. Trust in him. Jason. What number can we actually? I think you mean maybe the win total, possibly 105, 106. Mike Hoffner. Go Dodgers from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. What's up, Mike? Mindy Blair, haha, party in the pool. Exactly. El Carreza Martin for the bullpen. Dave Robles, bad team, but we can't give away at a bat. Need to pressure everyone. Cool kid from the 105. Robert Rezo, Will Smith is going to be our next superstar catcher. Go Dodgers. Look, this is a team. Russell Martin was the star for the Dodgers. Paul LaDuca, you have one of the best catchers in all time in Campanella. We're talking about a multi-time MVP. So this is a team that has a rich history and tradition of bringing up elite receivers, elite catchers, and really Will Smith. What can you say about that guy? It almost reminds me of the the scene in Men in Black with Will Smith, where Will Smith puts on the glasses and he looks at Tommy Lee Jones and he says, "We look the same, but this is what what I'm supposed to look like, and this is what the catcher position was supposed to look like for the Dodgers." And as far as getting productivity and looking, I mean, we got firepower. We have home run firepower now in that 7th and 8th spot. Hopefully, we can ride this all the way into October. But here we go. We got Jason. Do you think we're going to win more than 2017, which is 104? I believe it's a good question. It really is tied to what the Dodgers are going to prioritize. What's their game plan with this cushion, with the luxury of having a 19-game lead in the NL West? But really, I think they're going to see the Astros and the Yankees in their rearview mirror. And really, to me, I don't see them using all these house money games. I think they're going to keep the pedal on the metal, and I think they're going to accelerate all the way into October. So who knows? I don't think they're going to have that. With the way they can hit, with the way they take pitches, with the way they don't rely solely on hitting home runs, I don't see this team slumping and losing 8 of 9 at home and 16 of 17. So, look, I don't think that the Mariners and the White Sox the Mariners won 116 games, didn't win a World Series, so it's not the end all be all, but I definitely see this team. I mean, that would be another thing to be very proud of if they're able to surpass that 104 wins. But really, it's the 11 wins in October that I know you guys care most about. So if they're able to maybe build a cushion against the Astros and Yankees and it gets close, I don't think they really need to sell out to get those wins, so to speak. So we'll just see how it goes. I think the next couple weeks will tell us if they're going to really want to make a run at that. But they got to stay consistent, and you don't want to go into the postseason without, you want to be hot. You want to have some momentum. And with that kind of lead, I think the Dodgers are definitely going to be very aware of that. But back to you guys. Here we go. We got El Carreza. Rick K says Ryu is 43 scoreless innings from breaking the MLB's lowest season ERA record. Look, Bob Gibson had like a 1-0, like a 101 or something like that. And what did they do with that? They lowered the mound, okay? So when you're in the conversation with Pedro Martinez, with Gibson, with Greg Maddux, with some of the great pitchers of all time, it shows you he's having a special season. And don't forget, Ryu's on a contract year. This is a guy that wants to go to the negotiating table, slide over a Cy Young, slide over an ERA title, and say, hey, I'm good for 3 years. Who knows what he'll fetch as a Dodger? But his record and his ERA at home tells you he should really stay in Dodger blue for the rest of his career. But Ray Barsimian, Mattingly got slapped tonight. Jesse Lopez, welcome to Miami. Bienvenidos a Miami. Charles Hamble, the team knows what it's like to lose back-to-back World Series. I think they get lazy by clinching early. I like that. You think they get lazy by clinching early? I think that, look, you got to learn from your mistakes. You've had a young team. You've had guys like Corey Seager. You've had guys like Cody Bellinger. It'll be their third time if we are lucky enough. Not lucky, if we earn another World Series appearance. And I don't see lazy or complacent because there's competition. Competition busts pipes or makes diamonds, and this team wants to be a part of that World Series run and have a diamond on their finger, and that's a World Series ring. So I think there's going to be a lot of competition. I think that you're going to have the young guys want to battle it out. Look, Jock Peterson has quietly put together a nice run. Jock Peterson, he's hitting .375 since moving to right field. So Jock Peterson's a guy, he doesn't want to be left off that roster, and you got guys that they want to solidify and cement their roles. But here we go. Jerry Bellinger has to get going for us to win the postseason. He is not hitting well. David, 909 in the house. Rancho Cucamonga, go Dodgers. Tina G-Man, he hit a home run. It's a great point. I mean, look, he hit a home run, and it's tough to criticize a guy who's still hitting over 300 while leading the league in home runs, or at least tied for it. So 39. We got Justin. Do you think the Dodgers will use May or Gonsolin in the playoffs for bullpen help? I think that Gonsolin and May are both going to be pivotal. I think that they're going to both be used. I think that one may be a starter, one may be used in the bullpen. But either way, look, the Dodgers are going to want to go to war with their best stuff. And Gonsolin and Dustin May, they have stuff that you need in the playoffs. You need miss-bat, explosive stuff in your arsenal, and that's what those two guys have in spades. So, B-Hennig, can we get a Joe Kelly Fight Club tank? Would it be in two colors? I like that. Throwing out some ideas. Joe Kelly, You want a Joe Kelly Fight Club tank. We are losers. Joey from Spain. Do you think May is here to stay? I like it. From Spain. What's up, Joey from Spain? I think that, look, this guy is 21. He won't turn 22 until September 6th. So you got to like what you saw out of Dustin May today. And he hasn't really had that signature performance that, where he has, 6 shutout, or he goes on a crazy strikeout tear. But Dustin May is a guy that, look, he's going to be a part of the Dodgers rotation. And, they were talking about, he didn't throw that four-seam fastball in his debut, and then 11 times versus St. Louis. So he's still working on that pitch mix and getting that arsenal where he needs it, because he's going to get that sinker-cutter combo, that splitter in his arsenal, and he's still working out that curveball. So I think that absolutely Dustin May is here to stay for a long run. He looks like he's going to be that next great Dodger pitcher. Buehler, Urias, May, Gonsolin. I mean, we are stacked. The cupboard is absolutely loaded, and you got to love it. But here we go. We got Eric Kalarick, played better first base than Jock and than Peterson ever has. I knew someone was going to hit that one tonight. And Eric, that's all you, man. David, love my Dodgers. This is the best team in LA history in win percentage. Go Dodgers. We got Ray Jansen will redeem himself. He will have the last slide when he clinches the World Series. May is going to be a stud from David. We got Jerry Bellinger is going to get going for the postseason. El Carreza, MLB, lowest ERA is 1.06. I think that was from Gibson. Tim, game 3 of the World Series was because Jansen couldn't save it. For some reason, I'm a masochist. I watched that a couple days ago. Tim Rivera, good show, Doug. Shout out, Tim. What up? What up, Tim? Always representing here. By the way, we're going to be back Sunday for another show. It's every Sunday, every Tuesday. Don't forget to retweet, like, share on Facebook, retweet on Twitter, so we can blow the show up for you guys even more. We're looking for sponsors. If you guys, we've had a couple sponsor ideas. If you want to join the club, a lot of you guys tuning in out there, get your sponsor game up. But here we go. Tina, he'll be fine. David, 80 wins. Charles, I think May gets in the rotation, and Gonsolin in the bullpen. That's kind of my gut instinct right now. I think I'm with you. I agree with you. I think that May as a starter, just the soft contact. If you look at look, man, this guy induces soft contact. He can get double plays, and he keeps it in the infield. And do you see how many broken bats? How much wood was being compromised tonight? He saw more broken bats than Bo Jackson's thighs tonight, because he was out there, and that's what he does. He really keeps hitters off balance. But here we go, Rick Barsimian. Rick Honeycutt deserves a heck of a lot of credit this year. He's the best pitching coach in all of baseball. We would have lost without him. He does not get enough credit. I'm with you, Ray Barsimian. Rick Honeycutt has just worked wonders. You saw, just look what he did just last week with Kenta Maeda. Kenta Maeda, they kind of changed his release point a little bit, and it's these little mechanical errors and these mechanical they really write these mechanical flaws in these pitchers, and you'll see it on the very next outing, them implement his teachings. And Kenta Maeda was a great example, and we have a lot of trust in him because Rick Honeycutt is definitely in the conversation for best in the business, and our pitches are definitely in good hands. Dave Robles, really that's what he said in 2017 and 2018. He's done. We got Trout to revoke his Angel and sign with the Dodgers next season. Interesting. I don't think that Mike Trout, he doesn't seem like the type of guy to try to facilitate or force his way out. So I think that you just got to, I don't have too much animosity or hostility towards the Angels, really, but I think that he's a guy that, as of right now, doesn't look like he's going to have his day. They just don't have the pitching, the pieces around him, But yeah, he's definitely one of the all-time greats, and pretty much every single analytic and statistical category will back that up. Brandon Stewart, May was nasty tonight. David, love the way Kelly came in and got us out of a jam. Exactly. Look, we went from early June where in June his ERA, you're looking at 8.5, and we're looking at soft landings. We're looking at, hey, it's 15-1. Let's put in Joe Kelly. Now it's high leverage. Now it's the guy we want to give the ball in these crunch time, high pressure situations. And hey, I think that it was important to get Dustin May that first win. The game at that point was still in the balance. And look, I mean, you can never have. I mean, that, and also that's the fifth toughest park in Major League Baseball to hit home runs. And the Dodgers, they went to work tonight, 6 home runs. So most home runs single game this season. March 28th, of course, opening day, 8 home runs against the D-backs, 6 in Coors Field. But that's Coors Field. This was Miami. And this is the 5th toughest place to hit home runs, and the Dodgers were getting it done. Brand Stewart, Kelly has it together now. Love it. We got Let's Go from Spain. What's up, my man? Carrie Allison, love this. Hey, Dodgers Nation post-game show. Always represent. Ray, Cody's is bad, awesome stud. Cody's bad, awesome. I predicted 50 home runs. Man, hey, Ray, you've been really on the money, man. Are you a betting man? Are you a gambler? I mean, because you've been really on the money. I remember some of your predictions, and they're starting to materialize, and I see you got that crystal ball out there. But here we go, Bihana. The big statement series will be against the Braves. The Braves take on the Braves. That's something that Alana Rizzo asked Dave Roberts. Did you move the start back to kind of save Clayton Kershaw from being seen against the Braves or Walker Buehler and to try to kind of manipulate the rotation? But, hey, look, bottom line is more times batters see a pitcher, more comfortable they are, more poise they have, and definitely, I don't think they really was the plan. I think it was more of a rest thing. I don't think the Dodgers are too afraid of the Atlanta Braves, but they're a team that will be a nice little test. Won't be the test the Yankees are going to provide, but definitely being on the road, Dodgers have to go in there and just continue to make statements around the league like they did in Boston after the break. And, you know, when you're playing against the elite clubs, whether it's your own division, your own league, you definitely have to get up for those games. Brandon Stewart, how about the double play ball served up by Martin to finish the game off the Martin? It was pretty. Russell Martin is a guy that this is a jack of all trades. He's a renaissance man. Russell Martin is a guy that can go out there. He's not afraid and get you that double play ball. Don't think that the Dodgers don't appreciate his versatility. But yeah, that was great, wasn't it? I love Russell Martin, and I just love too. I mean, I kind of wish I knew what it was like, the dynamic between him and Will Smith. I mean, you got to love that mentor-mentee, protege relationship they have. But here we go. We got Tim. We got Charles. Halls McCain for Bako. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but I love it. Tim, I worry that Baez come in with only 2-run lead, plus Jansen has 5 blown saves this year. It could happen. Look, Pedro Baez is a guy, he's been one of the more reliable arms out of the pen. So I think Pedro Baez is a guy, he really is suited for that 7th, 8th inning, 7th inning role, 7th, maybe 8th inning role. And I think that Pedro Baez still getting you 97. Yimi Garcia, really, unfortunately for him, if you look at him, his whip and his numbers kind of show he's one of the more unlucky pitchers, but really he just can't keep the ball without going, he can't keep the ball inside the park. That's really the issue with him. But here we go. We got Brandon Stewart Word. We got Martin Pitching Machine. Joseph, go Dodgers. Carrie Allison, Garlic, and Beatty, my 2 baldies. I love it. My 2 baldies. Hey, give Garlic credit. Garlic, really, any other year we'll be talking a little more about him. But Garlic is a guy that came in, and he got right off the schneid. I mean, this is a guy came in, he's hitting .319 with 20 home runs in AAA, doesn't miss a beat, hops right back on the saddle and doubles. But here we go. Giancarlo Loro, get the farm system. How about the bullpen? Mares Exhibit awards are nice at the end of the day, especially when you can take the prize, the big prize. And I think you're talking about the Commissioner's Trophy. David Robles, Joe. We got Tina Jima. I think the youngsters should be in the bullpen in the playoffs. You don't want to see him as a starter. The thing is, who do you put as that starter? I think Kenta Maeda, the way his innings, I know the contractually he wants to get those incentives, but look, at that point, at the back end of that contract, I think really it's more of a situation where I think you got to do what's best, and I think that Dustin May, I think come October, this is a guy you kind of have to unleash. I think that maybe, or you put Julio Urias, but I have more confidence. Look, you got to realize, too, you put Dustin May at the beginning of the game, and he's off, you still got about 7 innings to work with to get those runs back, right? So Dustin May coming out of the pen might even have more pressure than like a Julio Urias who did work against Milwaukee last year and already has experience pitching in the postseason and in the World Series. But Carrie Allison, I love it. Cooking some fish tonight. I like it. We got Ray, or we got, how about giving Turner some props? Absolutely. We kind of talked about Justin Turner. This team goes as Justin Turner goes. Bihan, I'm not concerned about the Granky. We historically rock him. We absolutely do. Ray Barsimian, cool shirt, Doug. I like that. Nice. Love this one. It comes in a sweatshirt form. I learned from one of our guys. Derek Jeter is embarrassing from Sandra. Brian Chow, that's what win the World Series for Players Legacy. But here we go. All right, so yeah, guys, closing in on the 1 hour mark here on the Dodgers Nation postgame show. The Dodgers, they get their 80th win. Come give your last final takes. Get those final thoughts in. I'll read them off here. As always, thanks again for rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation postgame show. My name is Doug McCain, by the way. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. All things about Dodgers Nation are going to be over there. But here we go. Get a couple more in here. We got Steve Munoz. What up, Doug? What up, Steve? He's always repping hard in the comments. How you doing, Steve? Delvin, aloha from Hawaii. What's up, Delvin? Ray, we got Rodrigo. Don't forget about Verdugo. How do you guys feel about Verdugo's bobblehead? I was not happy that it didn't have the tattoos and the chains. I don't think it's too late. I think it should come with a set of decals as his tattoos and maybe a little pouch of add-ons with his chains. I think that should be done. We got Bobby Jenkins. Good job, man. What up, Bobby? We got Steve Munoz. Why didn't Dave Roberts let Joe Kelly stay in the game? I would have liked to see him get more work in. Ken Donaldson, clinch in Arizona. Exactly. I'm telling you, that's the move. That's in the back of their minds. Cody, hello from Torrance. Hello, Patricia. The kiss lips for Cody. Patricia, don't run onto the field. If you're getting thoughts of that, think twice. But yeah, we got Brian. Rich Hill, need him back. We got, here we go. All right, here we go. Elm Street, only 19 viewers on. We do most of our work on other platforms, but hey, it's definitely on the up. But hey, guys, thanks again for rocking with us. See you guys again Sunday. Sunday, we got a big one. We're going to be doing the Dodgers Nation post-game show on Sunday. Definitely head over to DodgersNation.com. Get all your Dodgers Nation content right over there. Gear up with the shirts. Retweet. Definitely share on Facebook. Mash the heart button for your Dodgers getting their 80th win of the year. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your week. And go Dodgers!